commentary, entertainment, sports, news and opinion. Now, Malzberg.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Malzberg. Panel. And we're joined by the co-host of Steele and Ungar on SiriusXm, Rick Ungar, and president of the Galen Institute, Grace Marie Turner. And I want to follow up with both of you on what Congressman Poe was saying. And he was saying that, the president is afraid to go to the border. He doesn't want to go there and face the ugly scene, the health crisis, the kids in cages and in camps, and have a photo taken in that kind of a setting. Grace Marie, it's a very bad situation. It's not only a humanitarian crisis, it's a political crisis, it's a health crisis, and this president doesn't seem to have any answers. Grace Marie? All right, Rick, why don't you go first?
Yeah, okay. It's kind of a no-win situation. Look, if he flies over, we know what that gets him. It's the George Bush-Katrina moment. If he goes there on the ground, he gets criticized for making a mess when everybody comes in with, with the presidential detail. And if he goes and takes a photo op, everybody's going to argue, well, he just showed up for a photo op and then he left. It's a no-win situation. In real life, the president knows what's going on there. It's not like he's going to go there and make some discovery. He's going to see a lot of children, miserable, unhappy. They've had a horrible journey, and he's not really going to glean anything. And anything symbolic to come from, it's going to be used against him. Do you blame him?
Well, yeah. I mean, I do blame him. He's the president. He also doesn't have to go then to services or natural disaster sites because same explanation as far as he knows what's going on. He's not going to learn anything new.
It's not.
Why does he have to go? Why do his surrogates have to go, but he doesn't have to go?
Because you go to services to pay respect for whoever.
Not sir. I mean, after a hurricane, you go and you put your arm around the people.
Actually, he doesn't go there because the last time a president did go to a hurricane site, Katrina, the president was pilloried for it. The reality
that wasn't the last time. Obama's been to natural disaster sites. I don't remember offhand. A tornado, a hurricane,
he's been to the Jersey Shore when he was invited to tour with Chris Christie, a Republican governor. Look, you can build the case all you want. We all know what the outcome is. They're already trying to call this Obama's Katrina. I think this is his 4th or 5th Katrina since he's been in office, according to his critics. So, it is a no-win. I'll tell you what is a good idea. I'm glad that Governor Perry invited him to meet with him in Texas, and I'm glad the president accepted that invitation. That sounds like a meeting worth having. There is a humanitarian crisis going on there. I agree with you completely about that. And to hear it from the governor is a darn good idea.
Well, he was dragged kicking and screaming to hear from the governor. First of all, the governor wanted a meeting with them, and eventually, actually last night or this morning, the president said, all right, meet me on the tarmac. The governor said no. Clergy, why don't you come to that? And I assume where the meeting will take place, either with the rest of the participants, or maybe the president will grant him a one-on-one meeting. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to occur. But what's with that? Why not immediately meet with the governor of one of the largest states in the country that's going through this horrific crisis? Why is it a question?
Has this president ever once, just once, in what's over 6 years now, done anything you thought was good?
I'm
just curious
ridiculous.
because
that's either here or there.
Do
you think it was right not to meet with the governor immediately?
He is going to meet with the governor.
After he said no, and then he said, I'll meet you on the tarmac, and the governor had to say no. What is this? What kind of game is he playing?
And if I said because presidents have these things called schedules, you say, well, he found time for 2 fundraisers.
That's why he's going to Texas for the fundraisers.
That is why he's going. That's exactly right. That's part of his obligation.
It is.
So, and he also has a
That's
job.
His obligation, but his
obligation
is it to the people of Texas and America?
It's part of his obligation, and he has a schedule. He's going to be seeing other people.
His schedule.
Well, wait, you yourself.
What's going to get shortchanged? Golf,
did you
fundraising, basketball,
what's the
this
point?
A free agent signing? I don't know.
And that's also relevant. So what's the point of having the discussion if you can't have it seriously about what he has to do?
Well, because you took the discussion and said, what has he done good in 6 years, which has nothing to do with the discussion.
Really
Rick, you started the diversion.
You think the president spends all day playing golf?
Did you say that? Because
No,
I
you
didn't.
just listed a whole bunch of things.
You said he
Basketball.
has a schedule. And I said, what part of the schedule will suffer if he meets with the governor of the state of Texas, which is undergoing this humanitarian crisis? Would it be basketball? Would it be golf? Would it be watching the NBA draft or soccer? I don't know. You tell me.
I think you just made my point.
Yeah, no, I didn't make
Why
the
don't you
point.
ask me if anything on his schedule has anything to do with managing the situation in the Middle East?
Oh, yeah.
Why don't you ask me if? Oh, see, that's not possible, right? The president wouldn't
Like
have
he's
anything to do
managed
with that.
Iraq and Libya and Egypt and Syria. He's done a fine job managing those situations.
Like I said, is there anything I can say? Is there anything this president has done? You seem to think that the president has nothing to do with anything going on in the world. I don't know.
No,
what
he
to
has
say
a
to
lot
that.
to do with what's going
Well,
on
no,
in the world.
apparently
We've thrown
his
our
schedule-
enemies under the bus.
That takes time, doesn't it?
We've thrown our allies under the bus, and we've propped up our enemies.
Well,
and now
that-
the Middle
that
East
might
looks
be
like
what's-
a caliphate.
So now you're saying you don't like what he does with his schedule. Is that fair?
I don't know which point is. You couldn't
Well, I
answer
know,
the simple
because-
question of why he wouldn't meet immediately
I don't
upon
know
request
what's on
with the
his
governor of the
schedule.
state of Texas, which is undergoing a humanitarian crisis, and you change it to what has he done good in 6 years, and what's his schedule?
Well,
and you're
because
saying he
you
plays
pick
golf all the
on-
time, but you won't answer the question.
I did answer the question. I said he has a schedule. I apologize, Steve. I can't tell you what the president is doing every minute of the day. I wonder if you can.
So in
because
answer to the
apparently,
question-
no, I'm not done talking. Apparently, I'm ill prepared because I don't know the details of the president's schedule. But you must be prepared because it's your issue. So you tell me, what is the president doing
Rick,
today?
you were the one
No,
who
don't say
said
I
that
am the
the
one.
reason you were the one who brought up the president's schedule.
Right.
You said the reason he couldn't meet with
And
them
you think
probably
that-
was because he had a schedule. So
And
you should know
think-
it. You
and
brought it up.
Oh, you think that means that I need to because you presume the president doesn't have a schedule?
No, I never said that.
Well, then what do you think he was doing today?
Today he's not in Texas,
Playing
but when he
basketball?
gets there,
Playing
I don't know
basketball?
what he's going to
He's
be
got a
doing.
game
He's
schedule?
going to be fundraising. We know that.
Yeah.
2 fundraisers at least. And we know
Well, you
that
know
the
he's meeting
governor
with
of
the-
Texas had to beg to see him.
And you know he's meeting with clergy there because you just told me.
Right.
Right. Anything else he's doing there?
I have
Is
no
meeting
idea.
with the clergy a waste
No
of his time?
idea, but I know
Is
the
that
governor
better
had
than
a
a basketball
beg
game?
to get FaceTime. Grace Marie Turner does join as president of the Galen Institute. So Grace Marie, why wouldn't the president immediately say yes to A, going to the border, and B, meeting with the governor?
This is really extraordinary. I really do believe that this could turn out to be President Obama's Katrina.
Of course.
Doesn't even do a
The last
flyover
few times.
to see this enormous crisis of the immigration inflow that's consuming this country. And for the fact that he's going down there to raise money at the home of a liberal Democratic filmmaker, at the same time we have a crisis in this country, shows that this president is asleep at the switch.
Is your problem with liberals or filmmakers or only liberal filmmakers?
All right, we're coming back, though. Grace Marie will come back with Grace Marie Turner and Rick Ungar on the Steve Malzberg Show. It's the Malzberg panel. We'll also take a look at the Middle East and Hillary's latest problem. Don't go away.